Being the good girl. I was taught to be the good girl since I was born, and I'm sure that many other girls were too. I think boys, in this sense, might have had a different experience. Boys are generally more allowed to be boys. People always say that with boys it's always harder, simply because they are born boys. They are more forgiving than they are mischievous. Again, simply because they are boys. But to come back to being a good girl, it saddens me so much when I think about how much damage it did to me being raised that way. It did a lasting, long damage. I'm already in my 30s and I'm only now learning to speak up for myself, learning not to brush things under the rug, learning not to allow myself to be pushed over, learning to have confidence in myself I never had, learning that I can believe in myself and I can do it on my own. I don't need to be codependent and I don't need someone on my side. It's insane when I think about all those years. Wasted, not wasted, but living in the shadow of someone else. And it saddens me so much when I think about how many of us were raised this way and how many of us are not even conscious of the fact that they are living a life someone else wanted for them. I wanted so much to be the good girl because I wanted so desperately to be loved and I wanted to be approved of and to be accepted because I wasn't allowed otherwise. I don't blame anybody for this. I don't blame my parents because they were taught exactly the same way, if not worse. I don't blame society because what good does that do anyway? But it just saddens me so much. And I think that it's unfair. It's not fair. It wasn't fair that I wasn't allowed to be who I was. And I wasn't loved unless I was the good girl. I am glad, though, that now I can see clearly, that now I can work on resetting things, that now I finally built up the courage to allow myself to be myself unapologetically. Gosh, it was so hard and it took me such a long time. But I'm grateful regardless because so many of us will never be conscious of the fact that they are living a life someone wanted for them. They're still trying to get approval from their father or their mother or from society. They're still trying to fit in. So many of us